Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back! Today I'm going to teach you how to make this beautiful ghost friend. Watch him go. Now, our ghost friend will include a couple of things. Let me turn back this. It will include a beautiful body, as well as 2 control circles that will control his squishiness. Meow, 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 meow. Alright, let's get started. I will just go ahead and hide our original friend. We can make a new friend. Here we go. So, let's start by adding a UV sphere. This will be the body of our beautiful friend. Let's go into modeling. Now, I'm going to make sure I'm in this X-ray mode, so when I do this, I select through the mesh. We don't need the bottom, and we actually don't need the side, because we're going to use a mirror modifier. I'm going to have clipping applied, just so we don't accidentally move him out of the middle and tear it. Control Z. I said Control Z. Control Z. I'm hitting Alt Z. Oh no. So I'm going to Alt click this bottom row. I'm going to hit E, click, and down. How long do we want them? Here's good. I'm going to go down. E, click again. Let's go down just a little bit. I tried to keep it straight. Okay. So, actually, click this bottom row again. Let's go to select. Down here at the checkered, deselect. And I'm going to drag these checkered selected ones down. Now you can see the body. I'm going to add some vertices here for squishing. So I'm going to hit the arrow 3 times so we get to the number of cuts will be 4. Perfect! A perfect little body for a perfect little friend. We will come back and do the ears. I'm going to hit shade smooth. Now it is time to create the eyes. We're going to add another UV sphere. And we're going to go in the modeling. We're going to hit S to scale down. And we're going to move it forward. RX90, which should make it face forward. This isn't super important, but I kind of like it to face. I'm going to go over here and add mirror. There's no need to hit clipping for this one. Those eyes are kind of big, so it's shrinky dink. Shrinky dink. That might be good. Yeah, that works. We can always move the eyes later. Shade smooth. Now we're going to do something extra fancy. Let's go to curve. And if you don't see all these options, don't fret. I have an add-on that's comes with Blender that adds extra curves. But we need this one, which I believe is not part of the add-on, so you can find it on your own without it. So hit path. Go into modeling. We're going to scale it down. We're going to make sure we hit the green arrow to drag it forward. And I'm going to hit subdivide. I'm going to grab these 3. Now you can see the start of our mouth. But we need the mouth to be a round shape, not just a squiggle. So I'm going to go to this little thing, Object Data Properties, or it kind of looks like a wire between 2 little squares. I'm going to go to Depth. And I'm going to go 1, 2. Now we can see the mouth. I'm going to lower it a little bit. Because he will look a little too derp. We don't want super derp. I'm going to grab these 2. Alt S to scale them. You need to hit Alt S for curves and it will scale like the point. Curves are weird. Okay, I'm going to pull these back a little bit. I'm going to pull, just going to grab these bottom parts of the stash. It's not, just a little bit. And there. That's pretty nice. So there's one thing we need to do. We need to right click and convert to mesh. because we're going to join all of these together for simplicity in weight painting. But in order to do that, we need to make sure they all share the same modifiers. So we go in, we zoom in, make sure we hit the X-ray, click, and we're going to chop off this half of the mustache. Chop, no more stash. Okay, we're going to add a mirror. I'm going to put clipping on so that when we complete the mustache, there's a hole in it. It will like merge in the center perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to E-click and then drag over. There we go. Perfect. Yay! Okay. I'm going to add a subdivision surface to our body because it will help with the ears, as well as make them just a tad bit more smooth. So, for the ears, I'm going to click these two. I'm going to hit E-click. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to hit SZ0 to flatten, and S to scale. Ooh, spooky little ears. Perfect. Okay, let's color him. So we're going to need two shaders. We're going to need the face for these eyes and body. And we're going to need, not the eyes and mouth. And we're going to need one for the body. So let's start with the body. Now, our ghost is magical, and he's not going to be affected by light, so we don't need to worry about this. Ooh, he already looks spooky. So, Shift A, gradient. Gradient is our best friend. Shift A, coordinate. There is an add-on which makes this much easier, where you can just hit Control T and it will spawn the texture coordinate and the mapping node. I believe it's called Node Wrangler, and it comes in with Blender. So, that's easy. But for learning purposes, it's much easier to type them in because then you know when to use them and why to use them. Okay, so here's our first problem. The gradient's not where we want it to. So we're going to put in X for rotation, we're going to put 90. And for Z, we're going to put 90. Perfect. Control A. Color ramp, everyone's best friend. And what do we want the bottom? We want yellow. Yellow looks nice. And blue. Ooh, tropical. Ooh, that is nice. Sunset. You can also do. I like leaving it as it is because for some reason when you pull it down, it just feels flat. Flat. If we want, we can add another color in. I don't know if I like that. Looks like he has a headband. Okay, I'm just gonna remove that so we have this. Perfect. I'm gonna name this Bod. Now let's go to the eyes. New. Delete this. Let's just go with RGB. He's probably going to need blue eyes to contrast. Let's give him a little darker. And we will apply that to the mouth too. So I'm going to put nom because mouth. Yay! He's built! He's beautiful. Now it is time to prepare him for rigging. Now he's not going to need any bones for rigging because he's just a squish. So I'm going to click the mouth, shift click the eyes, and then shift click the body. Right click and hit join. Now they're all one mesh. This will make it easier for weight painting. And don't worry if things look a little funky. I've noticed in the most recent version of Blender that it does not like multiple shaders with the subdivision surface. If we turn the subdivision surface off, it's fine. If we turn it back on, it's funky. So, I don't know why that is, but don't be scared if it's like half blue, it's all like flipping out and distorted. It's fine. It's just the editor. Okay. Oop, I need to turn it back on. Hey. Okay, so we're going to need to add a vertex group. This will be for bottom squish. Bottom. let's go to weight paint. Grab the gradient, make sure you're at 100, and drag straight up. Straight, whoop, whoop, lag. Lag, lag. I'm going to switch to this. It might help with the lag. Boop. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do, because we need two control groups and I kind of want them to be evenly balanced, I'm going to go down here, copy vertex group. I'm going to name this one top. I'm going to go to weights and invert. So now top has the opposite bottom. Perfect. This should lead to some even squishing power. Okay, so I'm going to go to modeling. I'm going to click A to select all, and I'm just going to move them up so that the origin is right there. It just makes it easier. And as you see, it's still kind of flipping out. It's fine. Just ignore it. So time to add in our two controls. I'm going to add an object, and I'm going to use a circle. I'm going to hit Shift D and move another circle up the top. Grab the body. It is time to apply our rig. So let's hit hook. Let's start with the bottom. So we're going to select the bottom circle. So mine's going to have circle 0.2 because there's already circles in the original. And I'm going to hit bottom. And now you can see beautiful. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. We'll add another hook. We can go circle 3, because that's what it is, and top. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. And we're done! Now we can make our friend dance. Whoop, whoop. Too many options. Whoop. Now let's make a quick animation. So you can hit Alt. So, because I'm just going to do, if the origin is of the object is at the world cursor, then you can do like Alt G and Alt R, but since this one's origin's up here, if we do Alt G, it's just going to smush it down. So we don't want that. But we could put the origin down here, but then if we try to rotate it, it would rotate from here, and that would be kind of weird. So, yeah, but we can use R, like Alt R to undo the rotate. So let's make our little friend dance. I'm going to hit Auto key. And I'm going to start by, let's just make him do the wiggle. And we're just going to make him do the wiggle. That might be, I think that's too far. Okay. I'm gonna hit both of these. Drag over Control C and Control V. Ah! Never mind. We can't do that. Let's just drag it back. Or, you know what? We can do this. Control C, Control V. Ah! Make sure you're down here when you do that, because if you do Control like V up here when you're trying to paste down here, it will like paste the last object you copied. So if you want to just make sure you're doing the keyframes, make sure you're down here. Okay. I'm gonna do G over here to 0. T. V. Ah! Control C, Control V. Okay, you know what? Fine. There is a reason for all this chaos. Nice. Now we can add a little bit more fun by, I don't know, let's move this up. Control C, Control V. Move it up. Ignore my Discord beeps. We're all having a party. Not a real party. No, not there. I'm going to... There we go. C. Control V. As I said, don't do that. As I forget my own advice. There we go. We have a friend. Now if I do auto key off, I can just select everything and move it to the side. I said select everything and move it to the side. Nope. Fine, I'll select all of these. They're taunting me. They're taunting me so bad. Hey! What did... You know what? Okay. Never mind. Okay, so if we hadn't, like, changed their location so much, we'd be perfectly fine with this. But this is just a hot mess. This is just a bonus. We made the cat. That's what this tutorial was about. There we go, our two friends. I hope you enjoyed how to make a ghost cat. Please leave a comment and stuff of what you would like to see next. Have a good day and bye!